Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 727. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, Scott?
No, just sitting back, was listening to old Total 70s before you yodeled.
Nice. All right, so we got some crazy news today. What do you have to start for?
Well, first of all, I want to yell out congratulations to good old Brock Lesnar for winning his first fight back in the UFC in 5 years. Did pretty well. I'm thinking he's going to be fighting again, probably.
Okay.
So keep going, Brock. Unite those two titles if you can. In other news, we had a bunch of Shin Gojira news today.
Okay.
Or not today, but over the past few days, since we haven't really been on the past few days. There was apparently at the Godzilla Hotel in Japan, they released another trailer, full-length trailer, apparently, for the film. Apparently showed some new footage of Shin Gojira. They said it looked pretty good. The big reveal in the trailer was his atomic breath. There was a scene, they didn't see the full thing, but the trailer ends with him charging his atomic breath. And the way they described it was, not only do his spines glow, like normally, but they said that he opens his mouth extremely wide. And you see, like, the beam charging, like, in his throat and in his mouth.
What?
The big news about it was, apparently, it's violet in color. It's not blue. It's apparently like a purplish color.
Oh.
So at first, when I
Damn.
heard that, I was like, what? Like, purple? What do you mean purple? But then I started to think about it, and I thought about it with the color scheme that this Godzilla has, and I actually think it works. I think that it might be pretty cool. I know we were talking that we thought he was going to have blue atomic breath, which he does in that cartoon. But I'm okay with him having purple atomic breath. I think it's something new, and it's not too far out there. It's not like some weird color like magenta or something. But I'm all for it, actually.
That sounds like it would fit the way the color that he is.
Right, yeah.
It would match it, right? In a way, it'd be like nice. Yeah. Reflect. It would be nice.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if we're ever going to see this trailer. I doubt we're going to, because they haven't released it yet, and the movie is only 18 days away. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see.
I have basically went as far as write the name and then translate it in Japanese symbols and use that copy and paste on YouTube to try to find it, or even in Google. I couldn't find it. So that's how crazy I was looking for it. I couldn't find it at all. But, it's pretty soon. It's almost there. 18 days, right? So, what other stuff we have?
There was some news about Comic-Con today.
Okay.
They said that, I believe what they said was Warner Brothers is definitely showing, they're going to have a big Kong panel. They're going to have some panels about some of their other films, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay.
As well as a couple of other panels, so I'm going to be looking forward to that. I know that's pretty soon, Comic-Con.
I heard that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 2 was already written.
Yeah.
And that just has to be filmed, I guess.
So I wonder if they did it back to back then.
Yeah, well, I guess she was a big part of that, so take her role and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the Ghostbusters comes out, I think the earliest we could see it is midnight, right, on Thursday into Friday?
Or earlier a bit Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. I know that they have a party in Staten Island at Comic Book Jones. They have a Ghostbuster tailgate party, which is pretty interesting. And then you go see the movie.
Buddy was talking to me about that last time I worked. He said they sent them his party and everybody who does Ghostbusters a chance to be at the premiere. But of course, it's one of those he can't go and they can't go. They sent it to him like a week to 2 weeks too late.
I know in Madame Tussauds and on Times Square they have this Ghostbuster thing. They have the new Ghostbusters, I guess the wax models of them, and they also have some type of adventure thing in there, which is pretty interesting. I mean, now, what do you think of the new theme music? Did you listen to it?
I haven't even heard it, to tell you the
Oh,
truth.
trust, it's something to miss.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I've heard it, and they rocked up the song, and it sucks.
Yeah, I like the old classic one, so I think they missed the boat on there. Now, here's the thing. When I first, like, as you guys know, I'm a huge Melissa McCarthy fan. I've always said that. So, where everybody was against the female Ghostbusters, I wasn't completely against it because I was like, okay, I like Melissa McCarthy. I love Katie McKinnon and Leslie Jones, and Kristen Wiig. Okay, it might work. We had a bad trailer. We had a bad trailer that just, I think, really pissed everybody off. It was very confusing. They tried to make it like it was the same universe or something, and it was just. And then they even got it wrong because Winston wasn't a scientist at first. He was.
Yeah.
He was, so.
He was just a Joe Schmo.
Yeah, it wasn't a scientist at first. I mean, the second one, I guess he was, but the thing was is that it didn't sit well with a lot of people, and I think that's what really ticked everybody off is the first impressions, the trailer. They are a talented group of women. I know that my friend had designed the costumes, which I actually like it. I think the costumes are really nicely done. The special effects, it looks cool, but I mean, here's the thing. Hopefully,
yes, more of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to judge it. I am a fan of Kevin Feige, though, like his movies. I really liked The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. I'm really hoping for a sequel.
Yes. Oh, that was a good one.
I actually tweeted Kevin Feige about trying to hopefully maybe he could do a Caddyshack or something, like a reboot of that with maybe Seth Rogen could be in it, maybe different people could be in it. It'd be pretty funny,
Find the interview with that.
you can have the this is the end, guys.
Yes.
You throw Chevy Chase in there. You throw like Dan Aykroyd in there or whatever. Like you just throw them in there, do different things. Maybe throw some of the girls in there. And I think it would be a fabulous.
Oh yeah.
You could make it like
the other day.
The original grandchildren or great-grandchildren of the original owner or whatever.
Yeah.
It could be a really interesting thing if they did it right. And I'm hoping that he tries to do it because I've been dying for another Caddyshack for a long time. So please try to do that.
Okay.
I liked it because I liked Randy Quaid was hysterical. So again, I'm gonna have an open mind about Ghostbusters. So we'll see what happens on. Hopefully, I get to see it Thursday night and Friday. We'll see. Any thoughts on that, Chris?
Oh, I'm not supporting this movie at all.
Okay.
No, because in my opinion, every dollar this movie makes is a step in the wrong direction for franchises that are considered classic.
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, this whole movie is just a big gimmick.
Even though Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and Annie Potts and Ernie Huntston, they're all
coming back, but they're not playing their characters, which is something that really to me is a disservice to Ghostbusters fans who wanted a Ghostbusters 3. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Let me just say this. There was absolutely no reason that they brought these characters or they brought these actors back or actresses back and they didn't put them in their other roles. There's absolutely no reason. They wanted to gimmick this. They wanted this to be, and there's the article today too that we're definitely making more. We're definitely going to make more. It's another one of these movies that just, we're going to jump right in. We're going to use the franchise up, and then, we'll stop making them when people stop going to see them. So in my opinion, and I've already heard enough reviews telling me that this is everything that we feared about this movie. And there's one major plot hole. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's one major glaring giant plot hole in this movie that I've already heard about that's just making me scratch my head as to how did you mess that up so badly?
Now, one thing I am going to say, spoilers, which is not really much of a spoiler or whatever, but it is a spoiler. Stay to after the credits.
Yeah, I
figured. I heard that the threat of the second movie is going to be in the after credit scene or something to do with it, connecting, I guess, the original Ghostbusters movie, which I don't know if they're going to say it's a multiverse or something or different universe, but it's kind of interesting how this is a different universe, and you have Stay Puft, Marshall Man, and we know that. I mean, they've shown the trailers of that and Slimer and stuff, so you never know. Maybe they could have something that could connect the two. Maybe there's a reason that Bill Murray and all of them are different characters, because maybe this is not the original universe.
Pick it in the App Store, in both Android and iPhone. There's a thing called Anything After. Download it. It'll tell you which movies have
After credits scene.
has a Easter egg either during or after the credits.
Okay. After, what is it? Anything after? Anythingafter.com, right? Or something like that?
No, not Anything After. Just go to the App Store.
Okay.
Your phone and look up Anything After, and that way you can download it. And
Okay. What's up, Gloria?
Hello, everyone.
All right, so Gloria, Ghostbusters is coming out. Are you going to see it or not see it?
I'm going to see it.
All right. Girl power?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, I know that they scrapped the extension to the Ghostbusters movies where they were going to have Chris Pratt and Channing Tatum and like another team of Ghostbusters in the same universe. Are you guys happy about that, or are you not happy?
I would have loved to have seen that, tell you the truth.
I said a while ago.
This last Ghostbusters cartoon where one of the dudes was in a wheelchair and the other guy was like or two of the characters were like Hispanic or Latino.
I remember originally Jonah Hill and Emma Stone were supposed to be in the Ghostbusters movie, and then I was saying to myself, well, how cool would it be if the This Is the End characters were in the Ghostbusters movie? That would have been like almost like the original. I mean, you got Seth Rogen would have been played like Oscar or something, which be the kid, but he's like really like Bill Murray's kid. I mean, I could have seen that, like him be like the Bill Murray role, And then if they just got the other guys in it, like different ones, maybe James Franco, and I think it would have been really funny to see them. It's a cross between This Is the End and Hot Tub Time Machine.
Personally, I think it would have been better if they got new actors or actresses to do it.
Really?
Emma Stone's fine. The problem with Seth Rogen and all of them being in it is that they take over the script,
right?
And then they write it the way they want it. And personally, I guarantee you, halfway throughout the movie, they would be smoking weed with ghosts. Nobody wants to see that. Right. I would rather it be some new actors or actresses.
I would have thought it would have been funny anyway. Because there was a scene where Dan Aykroyd was drinking too much, and when he had a nightmare, he had that whole fantasy thing with the ghost. That was like...
Well, that was actually funny. Like, the problem with
that
these
was
other
like
actors,
intoxication, though.
The problem with these other actors is, in my opinion, I just don't think they're funny, and I don't think that they would do it justice. Emma Stone, and I would love to see her because I think she's actually funny.
Right.
But like I think it would have been better for like Chris Pratt and Emma Stone have like a mixed cast.
Right.
And I think that would have been a lot better. But personally, I think it would have been better for them just to make Ghostbusters 3 with the surviving actors, and then go with the script that they had before, just modify it a bit, where they bring in maybe two new recruits that are younger, and kind of have them do it, and then you see the older cast kind of back away, kind of like what they were doing with Star Wars, where they have the older cast there, but they're bringing in a new cast to do it. I don't understand.
You've got the old cast, the old cast to bring in everybody.
Right.
Bill Murray they had to pay him off. He didn't want to. He had staying power. Like, he basically stopped the movie from being made because he didn't want it that way.
Yeah, but then he came back and did the video game, which is Ghostbusters 3, which is exactly the same. So personally, I think if they would have done that, honestly, I think people would have been over the moon for this movie.
Right.
Seriously. The problem with this Ghostbusters, in my opinion, is that they did everything that the fans didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fans are saying, we want Ghostbusters 3, we want it just, however you're going to do it, as long as it's Ghostbusters 3, right? But
you got the characters from the first two in there.
Right, but this company, the people that are doing it are like, oh, we're going to give you Ghostbusters, but we're going to give you this Ghostbusters. And then when people say, no, we don't want this Ghostbusters, we want the one that we want, they go, well, too bad, you can't have that. Here's this one. That's why I'm not going, because it's like, It's really
Well,
a
it's not
fuck you
that
to
Call
the
of
fans.
Duty thing. It's like that Call of Duty thing. Right?
Exactly. In my opinion, part of my language, it's really an F you to the fans. Because it's like, oh, you want Ghostbusters? Well, here, take this one instead. No, we don't want that. And when you say you don't want that, oh, well, you're just sexist, you're this, and just that. That's what annoys me with this movie, and that's why I'm not going to say it.
Ryman had defended the fans. He says it's not
Right.
that they're sexist or anything. It's just like they're used to their own,
Yeah.
the old school thing. There's nothing wrong with that. They're allowed to say, hey.
Exactly.
And that's the true answer. I mean, I don't think going out and bashing the old fans is a good idea. Especially like when Simon Pegg with Star Trek says F you to the fans and the other guy said F you, he got fired for Star Trek, you know? You don't want to insult the fans like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to like say, oh, the heck with the fans, the heck with the haters. Because then immediately you're alienating your audience.
Yep.
And just like, you know, how Marvel would be like, oh, we don't like Republicans, so our Republican fans could leave Marvel Comics. No. You alienated half your audience. Like, I mean, just because like the writer is Democratic, why would the writer be offended if you're not Democratic?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the problem that it is now, because these people fight on Twitter about it, that you have to be what they are, or else the heck with you, you're blocked, or I don't need you to get the comic. And this is no good, because it's taking away the uniqueness of everybody's individual beliefs and everything. This is not like a communist thing. You know, like, everybody can be free to what they like. If you're a Republican, you shouldn't be labeled a criminal. If you're a Democrat, you shouldn't be labeled a crook. Like, people should be able to do what they want to do. And, you know, when they alienate, like, they have these organizations, which I really think they should stay out of things. You know, like Pandora or something. And they take a stand and they're like, we are for this. Like, just shut up. You know, we want to listen to music. I don't really give a crap what your opinion is, because then when you give your opinion and it's so against our opinion, we'll dump you just because, you know, you're favoring you shouldn't even enter that arena. That's what I feel. So, you know, Marvel Comics, they want to have fans. Don't alienate your fans. Don't make it like they have to be Democratic. Don't even care what they are. Don't even mention stuff. Don't even mention what you are. You know? Same thing. Like, I mean, that's what I feel. I just feel that everybody the social media has made it an outlet where everybody has a microphone and everybody could say their opinion all over the place. Like, this video could reach every type of thing in different countries. Somebody could be, like, making money off my video somewhere or whatever, and I could be, like, the biggest thing like David Hasselhoff, singer overseas or something. Who knows?
The Joe instead of the Hoff.
Right, that makes it be the Joe, right, you know. So, like, seriously, like, everybody has a mouthpiece and everybody thinks that their voice is higher than anybody else. It's not. Everybody has a voice. Allow everybody to have a voice. That's my thing. So, anywho, we'll see what happens with Ghostbusters. All right. Do want to say about Turtles, though. Turtles had surprised me in the box office. That had jumped money, which, you know, is no longer a failure now. Turtles in the box office, Out of the Shadows. So, I mean, pretty much to me, that's going to get greenlit.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I said in another video, it'd be unique to see them bring one or two female turtles in, and then.
Again, the budget's $135. It's $219 and climbing. So it already made a profit, even though it was mostly overseas. It made a profit, just like the Pacific Rim, like you said, right, Chris?
Yeah, they'll definitely do a 3. Only because because of that, but not only that, because Michael Bay is doing, you know, Transformers 5 right now. Right. And if that does what Age of Extinction did, which I think it might be a little bit more difficult this time, but if he gets another huge, I mean, if this is the highest grossing movie of 2017, anything Michael Bay wants to do, they're gonna let him do.
Right.
They're gonna say, yeah, do it.
A blank check and do it.
Yeah. That's why when I hear people say, oh, we don't like Michael Bay, he's such a terrible director, well, he's making money.
Yeah, and basically, you don't even count the DVD and Blu-ray sales.
Yeah, that's before the DVD sales.
As much as anybody says, I like this director and that director, as of right now, none of them are bringing in as much money as Michael Bay.
Right.
Whether he's a good director or not, you know, hey.
You can never say things fail, because all this stuff is not counting DVD and Blu-ray. and it's going to make a fortune when it reaches that too. Fortune, especially on demand.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's the new thing. If you don't buy it, you can just record it. Like you could buy it on the on-demand thing for like $20 or something. So.
What's Tarzan doing?
Well, Tarzan's struggling a little bit.
I can't see how because I saw it I saw it on my little site over here and.
Tarzan, well, we were gonna go see that. Tarzan has 137 million. It's 180 million budget, so I don't think it's released everywhere yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's still a chance, actually. Well, same thing like Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is going to be released, I guess, in France the end of August. So whatever it does, it's still not going to be finished until it's, done everywhere else because it's all released different times. Really. So I don't even know if we have any numbers for Ghostbusters yet because I think it was released today, right? Yeah, overseas.
Well, I know. I think it was released today. I know that they had an early press screening a little while ago. That's why.
Now, what was that like? Most of it was negative, or was?
Well, the one reviewer that I watched said that he was in and this guy I don't remember his name exactly, but he's got over like 500,000 subs on YouTube. He does movie reviews all the time. And he's apparently a credible source when it comes to this stuff. He got on the video and he basically said, listen, I'm not a hardcore Ghostbusters fan. He was like, and I'm not going to judge it like that. He said, but this movie has so many problems just being a film itself that it's not that great. And that's when he went into a spoiler review, and like halfway through I was like, how did they get this green lit? Like, if it's this bad. And
Right.
he had said that the director was there. And the director asked the audience, how did you like the movie? And some of them like, yeah, it was good. And then like he turned around to like people behind him. He said, did you like the movie? And they were like, it was all right. And he was like, did you think it sucked? And they're like, yeah, this was a horrible movie. So
Wow.
I don't necessarily know how. I mean, that's only an early review. It's not going to define the whole thing. But a lot of the problems that he was saying had me go, yeah, pretty much. That's what I expected.
So basically, this is going to be the BVS of Ghostbusters.
I don't know about that, but some of the things he said, it was like, how did you get this in the movie? Like, what the hell?
No.
What the hell? Especially when he said like with the villain, what happens to the villain? I was like, are you kidding me?
Oh no.
And, like legitimate. I was like, are you actually?
Wasn't like originally Peter Dinklage supposed to be the villain? Or something like that, or
I don't know, but like he said that I don't know who the villain is. He didn't say who it was specifically. He said the stuff about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and stuff, but what he said happens to the villain in the movie. Obviously, everybody knows the Ghostbusters win.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I mean the way he said that the way they win, it was such a slap in the face.
Oh.
To a certain
don't tell me they crossed the streams again.
I'm not gonna say that they didn't.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say that they did, but here, hold on. I haven't spoiled anything, and I'm not going to. There's a certain thing they do with the streams that he said, "Are you serious?" Like actually. And then when he said it, I was like,
well, don't make it like it's like a whip or anything.
No.
Or a nene.
All right, you know what? We're gonna have to see it because I'm gonna go see it with Anthony, and I'm gonna do a review on Friday, probably tonight because I'm probably gonna try to see it Thursday. Actually, I know it sucks because I have to work the next day, but I think we're gonna see it midnight. I might try to see it midnight. We'll see. If not, it'll be a weekend, but we'll see. What was the thing I sent you? There was this. I guess this is going to be an extended cut on the DVD. Or
Yeah, it's going to be director's cut. Yeah.
Yeah, and how much more minutes is that going to be?
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
It doesn't say on that link, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about 15 or 17 minutes. Excuse me.
More.
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is that's not a small amount of time for a film. That's
Yeah.
almost 20 minutes. You can get a lot done in 20 minutes in a film.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this here because I don't think we're really gonna do a cast on it. There's a reason. Okay. We don't really talk about Doctor Who that much on Everything Show. I'm just going to say something briefly, okay? We did touch upon it, the other Real Movie's cast, about rumors that Matt Smith was on set, rumors that Matt Smith might come back. I really, I could have just immediately, oh my God, I got to do Real Movie's cast, and everybody's probably shocked why I didn't. I really want to take it easy with that because I really don't think that may happen. I mean, as much as maybe I would want it, or Chris would want it, or anybody would want it. I don't know if you like Matt Smith like that, Chris, but to have Capaldi regenerate to Matt Smith, I mean, as much as we all want it, I don't want to get my hopes up and then be let down. I don't have enough evidence to the contrary to report it.
Yeah.
I don't just report every rumor. And again, this is rumors too good to be true. And I know Moffat threw his 2 cents in, like he usually does. I'm just going to mute you for a second, Gloria, because it's getting a lot of feedback there. 1 second.
All right.
All right. I know that Moffat put his 2 cents in that Matt Smith may come back as the Doctor. Capaldi regenerates into Matt Smith. The bow tie is back. All that. Again, that's like a dream that everybody wants. That's what everybody would be running to make a video on. Oh my God, Matt Smith's back. Matt Smith's. I don't believe it. Okay, because Moffat's not going to be around to writing for Matt Smith. Chris Chibnall is, and I think that they would want to go in a new direction. The only reason I think they would do this is not for Matt Smith's career, but that the ratings with Doctor Who get so damn low that they have no effing choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a sweep, save for something like a sweeps week.
I mean, if you know Doctor Who's going to get canceled, you'll throw David Tennant in there. You'll throw Matt Smith in there. You'll give money to Christopher Eccleston. You'll throw the damn kitchen sink in there and get everything that the fans want and more, and everything. But if that's not in jeopardy, I really don't know, because again, Moffat was very upset, as he said over and over and over again, that he had a whole plan to answer every damn question for a whole new season, and Matt left and he could never do it. So everything got screwed up. He said he screwed up the Series 7, the 50th, in his own mind. And of course, he keeps going back to the 50th because his friends were pissed about it, that whole fiasco, and he regrets it. So I really think that we're going to hold off on the Matt Smith returning stuff because of all the pictures I've seen, I don't see Matt Smith on set at all.
Let's wait till there's a little bit more, signs that it's true before we start delving.
I think it's just, I think he's deflecting us to focus on Matt Smith because he really intends to do something completely different. While we're staring this way, he's over there doing something crazy.
It might be like a Taylor Swift type of thing, they said, with this last X-Men movie. He says, she wasn't going to be Dazzler. This was we were at a concert, and boom, there she was. It might have been just something like that.
The only thing I would hope for is Matt Smith did come back. I would want Missy to regenerate into Billy Piper, so that way it can mess with him as Rose, but like a villain. Billy Piper as a villain in the Master form would be fantastic. And that would be a twist, because I would like to see that. That would be great. Not that I want the Master to stay a woman.
Tom Baker said you would like to come back as a villain.
Yeah, but we need somebody that's going to be able to bounce off of Matt Smith, and I think she would. So, any thoughts, guys, before we go?
Please don't have him regenerate back into Matt Smith.
Yeah, same here.
Please don't.
I thought you would want that, though.
Because if we go down that road, we're going down a very slippery road here with Doctor Who.
I honestly don't think they'd have it be where he regenerates back into him. I think it's just somehow they're adding him back in like a multi-doctor kind of story.
Well, like I was explaining to the kids, I said, what could probably happen is he encounters Mackie, he does an adventure, and then he goes to retire. He says, that's my last adventure. He goes to retire, he goes to the Victorian era, he touches the memory worm, and that whole adventure gets erased from his mind because he's encountering the memory worm for the first time, and then he bumps into Clara and the snowman. And I think that's the way you could explain that if he doesn't eventually don't remember.
They did a thing in the Doctor Who magazine. It was Doctor Who magazine. They did one to where the Doctor had entered some sort of void, and he was reverting back to his earlier selves. I don't remember if it was reprints. That's right, it was reprints that Marvel did. I forget which Doctor they started with, whether it was the 4th or 5th Doctor, but they could go that route.
I had said in one of my earliest year 1 videos that I actually thought in my lifetime they would do a degeneration story where he's infected with a virus and he starts degenerating backwards, and then if he goes to the first one, he would die. So it would I would have it stop at the 4th, because Tom Baker's still alive, and he's the one that solves it, and then he goes back to his present form. But, I mean, I don't know. Even if they used it, I didn't care. I just wanted to see the classic Doctors back, so. All right, guys. Any other news, Chris?
Not that I know of.
Okay, guys, so that's it for tonight. I believe, don't correct me if I'm wrong, may come back, may not. But if we don't, have a great night. Take care, bye for now.
Ciao.